Hey Skyhawk fans, we're ready for our next offensive video, and we're going to talk about wide receivers and tight ends with offensive coordinator. So Coach, talk about the wide receivers, how they've looked at camp.
They've had a really good camp. As you know, we lost a great player who's with the Ravens now, and Jeremy Butler, who, he was a heck of a player here at UT Martin, and coming into the spring, I know that's a big concern about how you replace that. And thus far in camp, we've had a really good camp with those guys. I don't know that you can ever replace a talent like that, but I think that you can replace it to a certain extent with depth. And I think we've got a big group of guys over there who like to play. Got some guys who can run, really run, and have shown they've got good ball skills. So even though you lose a great one in Jeremy Butler, we do have a bunch of guys that thus far in camp have had a real good camp. We've caught the ball well, made some big plays, and are eager to play well. We've got a lot of guys that just can be interchangeable, and have shown that even though we might not have the huge numbers individually, that I think we can maybe make up for those huge numbers with a big group effort.
And then with the wide receivers, we've got the tight ends. You got to be able to block and catch. What do you look for in those type of guys?
Well, I've always, everywhere I've ever been, liked to throw the tight ends, and I know Coach Simpson's the same way. He's done a great job here offensively and over the years. And I like a guy that can set that edge and be a war daddy up front, a big-time blocker, but also a guy you can get out and stretch the field and catch the football. And Matt Stewart's come back. He's having a real good camp. I think he's shown that he can put his hand on the ground and still be able to run some routes. Corey Jordan's he's maybe the fastest tight end I've ever been around. So he's shown that he can run and catch and do those kinds of things. So I'm encouraged with our tight ends. Smiley has been a banger. He's probably that's kind of who he is. So I'm encouraged with that group.
And that'll do it for our wide receivers and tight ends preview. But before we go, we caught up with Kyle Carrick, and we asked him what makes a good touchdown celebration.
We all became very close, Bird Gang, and that's something that we live by, and we're gonna come out and make a lot of plays.
You guys lost a lot from last season. Talk about the progression that you guys have made since last year.
We lost a lot, and them four seniors that we had, they had a lot of ability. They knew and communicated very well. So what we had to do in the spring, come out, more attention to detail, focus up, and really just come together. And that's what we did. We prepared every day. We was out here every day, June and July, running routes, and then we had a great camp actually, and gained a lot of depth, I believe. Something with swag, man. Do what you do. I like when I go home and play basketball. So favorite thing, you go and dunk, even though that's a fine now in the league. But.